We're back at Mazatlancruiseport, exploring the Blue Line route from the cruise terminal to the historic downtown district, plus the usual details, tips, and a few notes about the terminal I missed the first time. Well, I'm only human. I'm Troy, and this is the Port Lowdown. If you saw our first video on Mazatlan, here's a link, I was sick and kept the trip low impact. Well, today it's time to start walking. The aim is for a self-guided, self-propelled trek up the Blue Line to Centro, which is the heart of the Arts District, the main church, and the Central Market. Let's start with a few points about your arrival terminal. 1, you'll need to take a tram to the terminal. It's an industrial port, but it's a quick transfer. Even when the lines are long, it goes pretty quickly because there's shuttles running all day. So there's no need to worry about if there's a good time or a bad time to get out. For me, it's part of the fun of visiting Mazatlan. You get a free port tour. This agricultural sniffer dog was out early. Don't forget small bills for tips. 2, restrooms are clean and convenient. Broken door handles notwithstanding. There's no charge to use them, and some have baby changing tables. 3, be sure to stop by the tourist information desk. You'll get a map and a volunteer who is super helpful.
If you want to go to the beach, just walk in for 3 block more, and you're gonna see all the boardwalk.
Last, the tour and cabbie hard sell is real, especially when you're early. And you're boxed in, so it's not like you can walk around it. I get it, they need to earn a living. If you're relaxed and casual with your no gracias, it's no problem. Just be prepared for a lot, even when you step outside. So, let's start walking. The Blue Line is pretty obvious, but you won't have this as a guide the whole way, so keep that map handy. Pass the Oxo convenience store and enter Playa Azul, which has some colorful houses and benches with shade. Nice touch. Turning right on Aquiles Sedan, you may encounter these blue shirt volunteers who are there to help you find all manner of things in the city.
Take this little street, and there's the beach, okay? There's also the Beatles over here, all 4 of them. Then the cliff divers are over here.
I understand there's a history with this where an organization set this up
to make it easier. The fellow's name was Roger, and Roger decided, with conjunction of tourism, to paint this blue line.
Right.
And the idea was so people could get off the ship and walk to the old Centro Historical. That's been, it's over 10 years now.
Awesome.
So we have volunteers from mainly the US and Canada. And usually the first question they ask is it safe here?
Yeah.
And then I ask, and where are you from? And they say Chicago. And you say, oh, do they have any killings in Chicago? Well, almost every day. And no, it's safe here.
Turning left on Playa Coromuel, you'll pass a school with a really odd hippo slide before turning right on Carnival, which will take you all the way to the end. There was this small convenience store for snacks and drinks. Just don't pet the cat. Now, sidewalk quality is definitely an issue here. Sometimes there are slopes that are hard to see, easy to trip on. Now, potential sidewalk hazards are no reason to not venture out. These guys did. But use the volunteers. They can give you the latest scoop on hazards.
There's a condominium being built here. It's very dangerous because of the driveway. The driveway is very steep and it's easy to fall.
Okay.
So go on the street, okay, over here, and just go past where that steep driveway is, and then you can go back on the sidewalk.
Things get hairier when you enter Centro, with narrow sidewalks with steep curb drop-offs, like a foot plus deep, and sometimes narrow passages on the sides. Sometimes traveling in the street isn't a bad option, especially at the end of Carnival where there's a wheelchair ramp. At Centro, there's lots to take in. There's not only shops and restaurants, but street art, beautiful architecture, and the occasional ancient tree that'll show up in the oddest places. Our first stop was the beautiful Angela Peralta Theater. It opened in 1874 and has hosted all manner of spectacle. We paid about $2 US each to enter the theater and look around. It's a grand space. Makes you want to take out your camera just on reflex with its stunning decor and classic opera house boxes. The main square is just around the corner from this, which makes for a pleasant stroll or lunch. There's also a pretty high concentration of bank-affiliated ATMs in the area if you need pesos. A few of note include this Santander, BBVA, and Intercam Banco. Eventually, everything leads to the area's main attraction, Cathedral Basilica of the Immaculate Conception. It's the religious hub of the city and an important ceremonial church in the region. It's free to enter, but getting a guide would help put the church's many naves and artwork in perspective, or simply take in the beauty, where the Virgin Mary, the Virgin de Guadalupe, is central to Mexican worship. Nearby, the Pino Suarez Mazatlan market offers a free-for-all of 250 vendors selling clothes, trinkets, and all manner of foodstuffs, and all manner of anything. It's a dizzying experience. This has been a market since 1900 and everyone comes here sooner or later. Take your time and take it all in. By the way, if you're enjoying our romp through Centro, hit us up with a like, and please consider subscribing. We're putting out videos every week. Also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, X, and Threads. For food, we sampled a famous local bakery near the church, Panama, which offers a wide variety of breads and cakes. Very wide. No shame to stop and stare at the sheer variety. There's also a sit-down restaurant. For lunch, we sampled El Presidio, cloistered inside a refurbished 19th century house overrun with roots and trees. The atmosphere is unique, and the food exceptional. You could call the food here Nuevo Mexican. Tuna laminate, esquites and bone marrow, black octopus aguachile, and shrimp burger. We loved Mazatlan just as much the second time as the first. I guess we're gonna have to go for a third. Have you been to Mazatlan? What's your experience? Let us know in the comments.